Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski, and Amulet coins are skyrocketing in price in PokeMMO. It's been a very long time since they've been upwards of 30,000 Pokeyen a piece, and it's all because there was a massive in-game wild item balancing change recently in PokeMMO. That balancing change supposedly buffed the amount of items that can appear in wild Pokemon. However, the price seems to indicate the opposite. However, they also buffed Item Magnet Charm, so that Item Magnet Charm also increases the chance of wild held items on Pokemon, as opposed to just payday pickup items when payday pickuping Pokemon. Now, Item Magnet Charms do cost around 38k a piece or so they do cost a little bit to use. However, we should be able to make plenty of profits on top of that to actually profit. I'm really excited today to retest Amulet coin farming. I feel like Amulet coin farming is one of the most done new player money-making methods in PokeMMO, especially right now. Since catching Pokemon for profit has kind of never been worse, unfortunately. It's still not horrible, but it's not at the peak it used to be in the past. So farming things like items for profit, trainer reruns, gym reruns, pure Pokeyen making methods are much better at the moment, which has led a lot of new players over to Amulet coin farming over at Kindle Road Island 1 in Kanto, and you do need a high-level Frisk Pokemon. That could be really anything from Baynet to Wigglytuff if you want to Dusknoir. I'll be using Baynet mostly today since it's what I have. I also use Dusknoir at times for things like fossils since it is much tankier, but I think Baynet will serve a better purpose over here. You only need one of these Pokemon, you do not need two of them, and then you also need a sweet scent Pokemon to be able to actually get the hordes over here consistently. And then, of course, I highly recommend a damp Pokemon in the back just in case you randomly run into a shiny Geodude or something with self-destruct. A high-level Ghost-type Pokemon if you want to be super safe. Probably don't need that, but the Ponytas might have Takedown. And then a nice safety catching Pokemon like a Breloom. But you just want to start over here at one island. Go ahead and surf across the water. I am going to be popping a repel here. You're definitely not going to want to use Leppa berries. You can see a lot of other people here are already farming. You're not going to want to use Leppa berries here. It's going to eat into your profits too much. So you want to make sure you walk into this PC at one point and set your teleport location. Having a teleport Pokemon or Ocarina is going to save you a lot of time as well. And if you've never done this before, it kind of looks like this. You're going to want to essentially sit here, click your Sweet Scent button until you encounter a Frisk little notification on Meowth hordes. You might get some Frisk notifications on Ponyta hordes, but it's honestly not worth to stop and deal with that. I believe that they can mostly only hold Rost berries, which don't really have much value. So I strongly don't recommend, Shuka berries. I strongly don't recommend wasting your time frisking down or thiefing down the Ponytas. You also want to make sure that your thief Pokemon has no item on it. And after you thief the item from the Pokemon, you want to make sure you take the item off of the thief Pokemon, so when you get into the next battle, you can thief another item off the wild Pokemon. I've heard many players making around 250,000 to 300,000 Pokeyen per hour right now at this spot, which seems unbelievable. I'm going to be testing it out for myself today by doing 1 hour. I'm going to go ahead and pop my Item Magnet Charm here and just go ahead and get started, and I'll see you guys after the hour to show you the loot. So this will be the perfect timer for 1 hour of Amulet coin farming in PokeMMO in the year 2025 in January. Don't worry too much about the exact time of year. Money-making methods pretty much always are viable to some extent. And to what extent do you want to go ahead and check the GTL at the current time you're watching this video? One of the biggest misconceptions I see in the Pokemon money-making community from new players is thinking you need the latest and greatest and most hype new money-making method, when in reality, money-making methods from 3 years ago are still just as good, if not good, most of the time. Sometimes it's not always the case. You do want to adapt and you do want to check the GTL and check all of your margins ahead of time. But I find a lot of new players or players trying to reinvent the wheel in PokeMMO, where if you just go back and watch old money-making methods videos from anyone 2-3 years ago, a lot of them are kind of underrated and kind of sleeper picks right now, and that means greater margins and better profits. The honest truth of the matter is the best way to make Pokeyen in PokeMMO is just to put time and effort into the game. You can't really get around that. You can be slightly more efficient in certain ways, but it's an MMO. You have to put time and effort into the game. And I think a lot of people are just looking for a hack around that and trying to get rich quick scheme type sort of situation. And any method I show you on my channel will not be that. It is always going to be a long-term, marathon, not a sprint sort of style of content. I almost forgot to show you guys my starting item count, which is important. So I want to make sure you guys have proof of that. So I do have 32 amulet coins in my inventory and 17 quick claws, which I've written down. So anything on top of that is extra. For example, I did just Frisk Thief 2 quick claws, which is the alternate item aside from amulet twin that you can get from Meowth, and it's the much less valuable one. You want to avoid quick claws if possible. And while I'm here, the other main benefit of this money-making method is the shiny hunting aspect. You can actually just do tons of hordes, you know, get tons of encounters, get yourself a chance at a shiny Ponyta, shiny Rapidash if you want that, a shiny Meowth, definitely not a shiny Persian because nobody wants that, but there's lots of cool shiny options you have here while doing money-making. So any money-making method where you have a nice shiny chance for a good shiny is always a really cool option in my book. All right, the item magnet charm did just wear out on the second there. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this horde, and I'll see you guys with the loot from 1 hour. All right, with that horde done, I am completed with my 1 hour. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not feeling too hopeful about this one, fellas. I feel like I got a lot of quick claws, and I don't know if that's good luck, bad luck, average luck. That is the thing with these loot from 1 hours, is you never really know. It's only a 1 hour test. This is not data. This is not a perfect representation of the Pokeyen, you know, this method, for example. It is just a small taste. So I did go ahead and track my initial numbers. I started this hour with 17 quick claws. 17 quick claws. And now I have 33. That is a ridiculous amount of quick claws. We can do 33 minus 17. That means I got 16 quick claws in that hour. 16. Amulet coins, I started with 32. I only ended up with 37. So I only got 5 amulet coins. However, even with amulet coins, you know, 5 of them, with them being 30,000 Pokeyen a piece, honestly, that's 150,000 Pokeyen right there. Now, that is pretty much all the profits, to be fair. So 150K, and this feels like a bad hour. I could be mistaken. This felt like an unlucky hour compared to what it used to be at other times. So 150K in those, and then the quick claws aren't really worth too much. You probably just sell them to a shop for the 1,000 Pokeyen would be my guess. You can go check on the GTL, like if they're going for anything, but my guess would be there are certain items like that when Pokeyen farming, I would just sell them to a shop. No one's actually going to buy them for this price. You have a listing fee problem. You just go sell these to a shop. So, but hey, man, with 16 quick claws, that's plus 16,000 Pokeyen. That is not a negligible number. It's definitely something to calculate into your profits. But that is all of your profits, 166,000 Pokemon, or your revenue rather. And you take that number and you subtract the cost of the item magnet charm, because it's not a free money making method. You do have to use the item magnet charms, and it should hopefully increase your profits to a decent extent. But let's do minus 38,000 here for the cost of that charm, and you're ending up with around 128,000, probably 125,000, probably 120,000 Pokeyen profit per hour. This is the profit number. People like to show off the flashy revenue. This is the profit number. I would guess that this method makes around 120K right now, which honestly is on the lower end. That's not a great money making method. Now, it is, to be fair, in my opinion, a great money-making method if you want to shiny hunt. If you want to shiny hunt for a Ponyta or a Meowth at the same time as making Pokeyen, that's actually very, very good. That's where these things come into play. If you want to shiny hunt and make money along the way, farming items like Flame Orbs from Heatmore, Amulet Twins from Meowth, you know, that's when these methods are good. If you purely want to make money, you should not be Amulet Twin farming. There are other better methods. I have a video on my channel called 63 Moneymakers in PokeMMO. Check that out if you have not. That is the best way, in my opinion, on the internet right now to find money-making methods, alongside just whatever is popping at the moment and whatever other videos are coming out. But from all the lovely content creators on YouTube for PokeMMO that we are lucky to have right now. But 63 Moneymakers, check it out. I would not recommend most players do amulet coin farming, once again, unless you want to just have something chill, kind of AFK to do in the background watching a movie. I mean, that's fine. You do not have to play PokeMMO 100% efficiently at all times. If you just enjoy a method, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. If amulet coin farming makes you happy, if it's fun for you, keep doing it. But if you want to purely make Pokeyen, I would recommend other methods. Thanks for watching today's video. This is the honest feedback, the honest, review of this money-making method in 2025. Sometimes we hit some big bank. Sometimes we bust a little bit, okay? And today was a little bit of a bust, but also could be bank for certain players like we talked about. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you did not. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. Follow the Twitch for PokeMMO streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. If you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal Venmo do go an extremely long way. Good luck in your guys' PokeMMO journey. Keep gaming. Hey, thank you so very much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me. And if your name is listed here, you're the reason I'm able to do this in the first place by going above and beyond and supporting the channel via YouTube memberships and Twitch Primes. Thank you so much. Have a great day.